What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So in today's video I've got another KOZMO deck profile for you guys, and this one is going to be the virus variant of the KOZMO deck. As in these three cards, we've got Full Force Virus and Eradicate Epidemic Virus, and these are basically used with the dark monsters in your deck to basically annoy your opponent. And as I've seen in today's metas, other than link monsters, a lot of monsters that opponents use are small attack and defense monsters, so it's a good way of getting rid of them, and also it's good at getting rid of spell and trap cards. Like I said in the previous KOZMO deck profile, I'm going to be doing a virus deck profile, and from the side deck as well. Right now you can see that my next KOZMO deck profile is going to be the Fire King version, as you can see with the field spell and Garunix over here. But yeah, let's get on with this deck profile. So first of all, we have two Dark Eclipses. So this is a bit different from my other KOZMO decks. As you can see, there's no Dark Planet here, just because it doesn't work well with the deck. You've got a really high chance of bricking with it. So we just use the two Dark Eclipser. That's really good and works with the Eradicate Epidemic Virus, as well as being a good card just in general with high attack and high defense. So if you don't know about this card, it can't be targeted, which is really good in today's meta. During either play turn, if you have a KOZMO monster in your graveyard, you can negate a trap by banishing it. With the traps, we know that we tribute monsters, so that means they're going to go to the graveyard. You can't banish them. So you can use them with Dark Eclipser as well. And when he's destroyed, you can banish it to add a level 8 or lower KOZMO monster from your deck to your hand. Then we have 3 Dark Destroyers. Obviously, like in every deck profile, you gotta have 3 Dark Destroyers. Can't be targeted. When it's special summoned, you target a monster, destroy it. And when it's destroyed, you special summon level 7 or lower. This can also be used with the Eradicate Epidemic Virus, because it does have 3000 attack. Again, this is the best card in the deck, as every deck profile. Next, we have 2 Foreigners. I did prefer it at 3 before, but now that we've got the triple Dark Destroyer, we only need it at 2. This was only to compensate for the 1 Dark Destroyer, but now we have 3, so 2 is fine. It's just a really good card for getting life points back. As you know, KOZMOs do burn through a lot of life points, so getting 1000 back on the odd occasion is really nice as well, and he can't be targeted as well, and 2800 attack. And when he's destroyed, you can banish it to special summon level 6 or lower. Which is where the main KOZMO of the deck of this deck comes into play, which is KOZMO Dogfighter. It's an absolutely amazing card. In case you guys don't know what it does, it's once per turn during the standby phase, you can special summon 1 Dogfighter token, which is basically the same as KOZMO Dogfighter, but it's a token. It has the same attack, same defense. It's the same type and attribute, which is Machine and Dark, and you just get to special summon that every standby phase. Unlike Foreigner, it's every standby phase, not just yours. So in the opponent's standby phase as well. And it's got the effect of when it's destroyed, you special summon level 5 or lower, because this card is level 6. So this is the card that you use with Full Force Virus. That's why we're playing 3 of this. Next we have 2 Slip Riders. It was 3, but I just feel like in this deck it's much more better, and it makes the deck more efficient if you only play 2. So this is level 5. When it's special summoned, you can destroy a spell or trap card in the field, and when it's destroyed, you special summon level 4 or lower from the deck. We play 1 Dark Lady just for the odd chance that you do want to negate an effect, and especially for the OTK as well. 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 or above, or 5, 6 or above. And we only play 1 because, again, when you play 2, I feel like you've got a really high chance of bricking. We play 2 Wicked Witch. We're trying to optimize the dark monsters because we do have a Lure of Darkness, as well as this being, again, a really good card for the OTK, and it's also good for stalling. The amount of situations where opponents have a lot of monsters, but they can't really do anything, because if you have Wicked Witch in defense, you just pay 1000 and it stays on the field for the whole turn, so it buys you a turn. So it's really good for that. But yeah, I just prefer to play 2 rather than 1, in case you do banish 1, or you have 1 in the graveyard or anything. So 2 Wicked Witches, and the 1900 attack is also really nice. 2 Farm Girls, again for the OTK, second best psychic. Like I've said, Strawman is the best. You can banish her to special summon level 4 or higher, but the main effect is in the damage step. When you flick damage, you can search for a KOZMO card from your deck by paying 500 life points. Amazing card. So this can also act like a terraforming to get you KOZMO Town if you don't already have it. Then Strawman, in my opinion, the best psychic monster. You pay 500 life points to special summon a KOZMO monster that's been banished, but has its effect negated and is destroyed in the end. So the main combo I like to do with this is summoning For example, in the first turn, if I don't have a tin can, a big ship, like what I do is special summon Dark Destroyer, destroy Dark Destroyer to summon a Strawman, use a Strawman to summon the Dark Destroyer, then when the Dark Destroyer is destroyed, use summon tin can and then use this effect to get 3 cards. And it's also good for the OTK again, because if you have this, you can special summon a different ship and then have Dark Destroyer in your hand, and pretty much just go for like so much damage. So yeah, he's my favorite psychic. And then we play 3 tin cans, and the main reason being, as we are tributing monsters, we're also going to be sending cards to the graveyard with tin can, and that just ties in good with the 1 monster reborn that we play in this deck and the 2 Call of the Haunteds, which you can actually change to 3 because we have 1 in the side deck. So that's good for that. That's it for the monsters. We play 3 Allure of Darkness just because we play a lot of dark monsters in this variant of the deck. So that's just really good for adding free cards to your hand, because as you know, when we banish, we just add back to the hand with KOZMO Town. We still play the 1 Raigeki, 1 Dark Hole, because it is amazing in today's meta to get out of tough situations. One thing I should mention about this deck is this is a going first deck. As for the other decks that I've made, they're usually a going second deck because you go straight into the OTK. But this is a going first deck. Going first deck, but you can go second if you want, because you do play Dark Hole or Raigeki. Going first is preferred because you do have these cards, so you get rid of a lot of your opponent's options in the beginning of the duel. So they have a very low chance of doing their long combos. So these 2 cards I say play in every single KOZMO deck. Reasoning again in every KOZMO deck, just for the easy special summon. Monster Reborn, like I said, we're sending a lot of cards to the graveyard, so it's really good for special summoning a card. E-Telly for the OTK for getting a card. E-Telly and Reasoning, if you ask me, are like a must play in every KOZMO deck. 3 KOZMO Town, I didn't need to explain that. Now onto the virus cards. So we have Full Force Virus, which is you tribute 1 dark monster with 2000 or more defense. You look at your opponent's hand and all monsters they control, and they draw until the 3rd turn, and you destroy all monsters with 1500 less defense. So the target we use for this card is Dogfighter, because he's got 2400 defense, and in case you didn't know, you can also target the tokens that Dogfighter summons, because they do have 2400 defense as well. So that works really well as well. That's just really good because most monsters in today's meta are low monsters with low defense, so it's just a really good way of getting rid of them. On the next virus we use, so this is like a triple virus deck. Only use 2 because it's better to have more like so we play 3 Dogfire whereas 2 virus, because you can do more if you have a Dogfire in your hand and no virus than if you have a virus in your hand and no Dogfighter, if you get what I'm saying. So that's why we keep a 3-to-2 ratio, so for when we do have it, it's more efficient. We play the 1 Eradicate Epidemic because we just only have 5 targets, whereas for this we have the tokens as well. And for Full Virus we actually also have the Eclipser for the target as well. So this is a really good card. You basically tribute Dark Monster with 2500 or more attack, being the Dark Destroyer, Dark Eclipser. You say Spell or Trap, and then you look at your opponent's hands. They can all the cards they control and the cards they draw for 3 turns, and destroy all the cards that you said. So Spell or Trap. So it is absolutely amazing for destroying some decks like Sky Strike or something. So that's the viruses. 2 Cosmojo. You can play 3 if you want, but I like to keep it at 2. And like I said, 2 Call of the Haunteds just because it goes really well with the deck. I'm not going to go into the extra deck because, like I said, you hardly ever use it. That is it for the main deck. I'm just going to say one thing right now. Out of all the KOZMO variants I play, I'd say this is more on the fun side, I guess, rather than competitive side, just because from my experience in using the deck, I just feel like the other, like Limit Removal, which is my favorite variant so far, are just way more efficient and really fast going and quick compared to this deck. But that doesn't mean this deck is really bad. It is actually really good. With this deck, it's more about like you have to draw the right cards, I guess. But it is still an amazing deck because obviously it's KOZMO's. So I highly recommend using this deck. Also, if you do use the deck, you like make an adjustment and you think that it works, then don't forget to leave in the comments below. I do want to say thank you for leaving comments in the comments below, like on the previous videos, because I love hearing you guys' opinions on what I could change or what you think of the decks. So thank you for the people that have commented. I will talk about a bit about the side deck. If you want, you can take out a Dark Eclipser and add in a Dark Planet. If you do find yourself drawing a lot of big ships, you can banish them to summon Dark Planet. And plus, you will have cards in your graveyard, so you can negate spells as well. Delta Shuttle is also a Cosmo monster you can play, because again it lets you send Cosmo monsters to your graveyard, which work well with the Monster Reborn and Call of the Haunted, as well as being a target for Full Force Virus. Garunix and Fire King Island are for the next deck. Pot of Indulgence or Extravagance, I'm actually not a big fan of anymore, because I've just been in situations where having Extravagance and Allure of Darkness in your hand is not good. Because firstly, you can't activate the Allure of Darkness if you have Indulgence, so it's like a waste of card in your hand, and there's vice versa as well. But also you can't use Cosmoton's effect to shuffle your hand in, so I'm keeping that more in the side deck. Terraforming will also be for when you do play Fire King Island, and you can add one into this deck if you want, if you think you're not drawing Cosmoton enough. Limit removal, again, just if you want to add some spicy tech, and you could take out a Dark Hole, or like one of the viruses if you want, and add in limit removal just for the higher attack. Twin Twister, in case your opponent plays there's a trap card that only lets you control one attribute, or Rivalry of the Warlords where you can only control one type of monster. You can add in Twin Twister for that. Full Force Virus, if it's working really well for you, then you can add a third one in if you want, and that's perfectly fine. A third Cosmoja, like I said, and a third Call of the Haunted if you do think you're sending a lot of cards to the graveyard, and you could use an extra Call of the Haunted. But that's it for the side deck, but it's just mainly about the main deck that I've been using a lot. I have been experimenting like without the Call of the Haunteds or Cosmojos or 3 viruses, and this is the most efficient version that I think I've been able to come up with. If there is something you think I can change, two replays with you just to show you the deck in action, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first duel was the Full Force Virus Cosmos, or Virus Cosmos versus Necros, which I've been seeing quite a lot, obviously, since the new ban list came out. So I chose to go first just because I'm using the viruses. What I do here is, like I said before, you summon the Farm Girl to special summon Dark Destroyer. The Dark Destroyer targets itself to special summon. In this situation, I did choose to special summon Dogfighter because I did have E-Telly. So now I've got a target for the Full Force Virus. E-Telly into Strawman. Strawman special summons Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer destroys itself to summon Tin Can. And Tin Can then get the 3 cards to the hand. After I activated that, he activated this card to negate Strawman's effect. But if I chained it to banish it, so it loses its target, so Strawman's effect is not negated anymore. In case you guys didn't know. So then destroy it to Tin Can and then add a card to your hand. And obviously set Full Force Virus, and then next turn tribute Dogfighter. Use the token to, well, he does that. Tribute my token. He activated a really annoying card. He just went straight into the battle phase, and activated that. So I did that, and then he lost his card that lets him add a ritual monster or spell to his hand, because it has 1000 defense by tributing the token. He activated that trap card. What is it called? Evenly matched, so I have to destroy monsters until I control the same number of monsters he's got. So I chose to leave Dogfire in the field just because of the defense, and because I get to summon the token. So I summon a token with 2000 attack. Put my monster into attack. I do have a Cosmojo there. Attack him with 4000. He activated it again, so I only have my token left. I guess I can't remember why I chose a token, but it is what it is. It wasn't too bad in the end. I draw Strawman, which is probably one of the best cards I could have drawn. He activated that again, so I chose to banish it again, summon it, and that was pretty much game. No. Oh, it wasn't game. I thought that was game. When an opponent declares attack, you can banish one Necromonster from your graveyard and negate the attack. Where does it say that? Oh yeah, so he did that and then ended the battle phase. So it wasn't game in the end. So he drew another one of that card, meaning he can't really do anything, so he just chose to surrender there. So I just showed you maybe that card that I made him destroy at the beginning would have been really good for him, but because I activated Full Force, he wasn't able to do anything, as well as me drawing a fairly decent hand. But yeah, that was the Virus Cosmos versus Necros. Let's get into the second duel, which I believe was Dark Lords. Okay, so in this duel we drew Eradicate Epidemic Virus, whereas in the last duel we drew Full Force Virus. So I thought I'd show you both cards in action. To be fair, it didn't go that well in this duel anyway because I chose the wrong type. So he went first. He did his long combo of Dark Lords where you activate spell cards in the graveyard, special summoning and whatnot. He ended there, activate Raigeki, to which he chained that, where he adds a card to his hand, and then he discards that card to stop his Dark Lords from being destroyed. Activated Allure of Darkness, banished my Dogfighter, added it back, shuffled my hand, got a very decent hand. Banished Farm Girl to summon Dark Clipser and attack his 2600 attack monster, and it died. It was his turn then, so I chose to. Well, actually, pretty funny. He's playing a Eradicate Epidemic Virus as well. So I chose to tribute it and chose spell, whereas he had two traps, so it pretty much wasn't worth it in the end. He activated Call of the Haunted, so I activated Call of the Haunted as well to summon my Dark Calypso, and he summoned his Ixchel, but he couldn't really do anything from that, so he just link summoned, just so I do minimal damage to him, which I don't know why he did that. I think the card that he had in the field was better anyway, so I lose 1000 attack because my monster's not co-linked, but that was fine. I obviously use KOZMO Taunt that to my hand so I can shuffle my hand. Summon Farm Girl, attack with 2k, attack with 1500, user effect, add Dark Lady to my hand, summon Dark Lady, and attack him for game. So the virus didn't work in that version, but as you can see, if I chose Trap, then that would have worked. But it all just mainly depends on if you know what your opponent is playing, you know what to choose, whether it be spell or trap. And if I did choose trap, then he would have lost like then and there. But because I chose spell, I killed him in like one extra turn. But I still did win in the end. But yeah, if you choose the right card, it will win you duels like a lot. But yeah, that was KOZMO's versus Dark Lords. I just chose to get like two quick duels in. I did win more duels with this deck, but that was funny because I won using not the viruses, which again shows you that if the viruses are in there for some extra spicy tech, you don't have to draw them to win. You can win without them as well, but when you win them, then you have an even higher chance of winning. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you do think there's anything I can change in that KOZMO deck, just leave it in the comments below. But other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for the amazing support recently with the videos. Thank you for the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.